I'm not gonna lie to you, this one kind of burned me up a little bit. We reasonably, I guess it just goes to show you, sorry for Nassim Talib posting, our run was not anti-fragile. It was too fragile. Reasonably, on any given hand, we should have expected to be able to play a straight, or at least 2 times per blind. We should have been expecting to play a straight. But if it doesn't happen one time, you lose. That's a problem. Now, Hiker seems like an amazing get on a plasma deck run. Am I right or am I wrong? And am I saying, my God, what have I done? Now, for me, one of the things you got to think about with Hiker is we want to play hands that... Oh, that's amazing. We want to play hands that score a lot of cards. Like, for example, a straight. But anything that scores 5 cards is going to have a disproportionately good effect on our future scores as a result of the way that Hiker works. Because we would rather, quite simply, buff 5 cards if all other things are equal than buff 1 to 4 cards. So, that's just something on my mind. The run might not shake out that way, but that's how I'm feeling right now. Now, Ride the Bus has value, but kind of flies in the face of what we're trying to do with Hiker, because it will be hard for us to score lots of lots of big hands with this. So I'm gonna pass on it, despite the risk of me being labeled as the sort of guy who doesn't know what he's talking about. But that's a label that, honestly, if the shoe fits, wear it. Okay? I'm kind of feeling it out as I go here. I would prefer not to Bartleby the Scrivener, but he is well versed in human resource speak. I would, as per my recent email, I would prefer not to do that which was requested of me. I'm giving space for you to defer. Now, that being said, I understand my role within this organization is very important, yada, yada, yada. I'm not buying planets yet. I'm really trying to get my econ up. And I say it a lot, but I may regret that, but probably not right away. Now, the other thing with Hiker, and this is probably way more meaningful than just playing big hands, is you want to play the same cards over and over, so you're concentrating your buffs in like one specific part of your deck. That I am not doing at all right now, but it is only Ante 2. Now, it would be nice to get that going early, but I'm not going to sweat it too much. I see the Mega Celestial. I see the Mega Celestial. I see Constellation. Hopefully now, looking at the boss blind, you can see why I wasn't so eager to just start leveling up hands for no reason. I understand the permanent benefit we get out of this, but I think that we made a reasonably well-informed decision, by my standards at least. And again, I'm just kind of throwing them out there, you know? Seems like we've been playing aces, so like let's just keep it going. Now, if we could start speccing into one hand, that'd be a dream come true. Like, this would be a great ante for like Telescope to show up for a multitude of reasons. No Telescope. We kind of got to start committing a little. We have played 4 straights. I don't think you can rely on those to keep coming, but now that we got 44 bucks, we can kind of shape the run in our own image, I think. So we have been playing straights. Let's start there. That seems like a reasonable base case. You seem fine. Nice little chip injection, of course. 2 more planets for 3 bucks. Pretty good deal. Anytime we see a planet in the shop, we should probably just be purchasing it at this point. A pack is like a different story, but... Now, you might think I'm crazy on this one. I'm not fully convinced that we have a need to purchase antimatter, which means I don't think we need to throw 10 valuable dollars away on blank necessarily. Now, that's different, I think, on different decks. But for me personally right now, I feel pretty strongly about that. I feel like we could use our money for better purposes. Now, again, this might be a little crazy. I really like Cartomancer. I think tarot cards are a little underbought in my personal worldview, even though probably I have no idea how other people play this game. I could upgrade straight by 3 levels, but that doesn't give us the planets, and I want the effect of the planets, bro. Now, I also am not concerned at all about just playing a flush, even though it's level 1. Looks good to me, man. Now, we should take a peek, though, because we have played the same number of flushes as straights now. I mean, 6, 7, 8, 10 jack. Can't you just dump that, and then if you get a... I don't know. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It worked. That's the important thing. It worked. Ergo, I must have been right in the first place. Our assortment of jokers is not fully set. I would go so far as to say only our 2 eternal jokers are, like, endgame capable in my naive worldview of what makes things tick in this game. And I'm okay with that. You know, we got room to grow. Yeah. I think we got jokers that are great for, like, where we stand in the game right now. And I wish that I kind of knew what we were cooking up here, but I guess that's why it's the boss blind. Now, 10 jack, queen, king, ace. I think we just sell a lover's card. Like, you can hold it and maybe it helps you make a big hand at some point, but that requires, like, maybe more self-control than I have in this game. I can't deal with this, like, being up here without me doing something with it, right? I'm like, this is a problem that needs to be solved, so... There's 2 ways I think you can play this. Given that we're going for straights and not trying to, like, deck max in one specific card value, I think. You either High Priestess, hope it hits good planets, but accept your mult either way, or Emperor and hope you get maybe, like, 1 Hermit and then a card that's good for utility. I'm going to take a Bird in the Hand, which actually gives us 2 in the bush. Which some people are into, I think. So I don't know, that's a little bit out of the pocket for me, but I can't deny that my man up in the top right is smiling in the stars right now. So we must be doing something. Hieroglyph is risky, and I've previously said never take it. But that was when I was playing the black deck, so I might have lost myself. I think given that we have a couple of progressive jokers, buying this to give us a little more time to buff our cards and buff our mult, and get 3 more tarot cards potentially, could be worth something. Now, it's a very easy one to come to regret. But... maybe that just won't happen. You ever consider that? I guess I'm also using a hiking strategy, which is every card in our deck is going to be, like, equally buffed. Which is, I mean, it's good in a way, and it could be better in a way. But I think we've constructed something very, very workable here. Seems very workable to me. And I think you're just done. And it is very tempting to create another 7 that's steel. At the cost of a 9, but... and again, you might say, NL, you could make straight flushes. That's like, it's a spicy choice to make in my house, okay? Making the straights is hard enough. The flushes, I mean, do I look like the Toto Washlet company? Like, I'm doing what I can, but... you know, it's not necessarily my area of expertise. Cardinals. Empress should be fine. -1 hand... okay, -1 hand size might be a situation where you just play what you get. Say 9-10 queen. This strikes me as a dangerous place to be. Have we leveled up Mercury? Not at all. So this is... well, let's call this a bet hedge. It is what it is. I just want to see where we stand. That's 4,000 points. That's not that bad, surprisingly. And a pair of queens that actually gives us the extra chips from the face cards is even better. Okay, surprising, but, you know, we solved the problem there. What an incredible voucher. Now, Mega Buffoon Pack is what it's all about. By the way, I apologize. I say this a lot. I apologize for stroking the chin. I might say, NL, it's no worries. It worries me because I know that it comes across as smug, and I can't help but also do smug voice when I do it. But I also can't seem to stop myself, so I understand the concern. Trust me, I'm up on all that. Kind of crazy. Like, you're good, but I have a hard time personally getting down with the rental aspect, but I think, And listen, there's something to be said about Fibonacci as well, but I think it's just a buy-sell, and then this is going to be our flyer. Making straights easier to play so that they pop up more often for Telescope, which is maybe not necessary, but is something. That's one aspect of this. The other one is 10 mult that then gets multiplied. That's like our only mult outside of our base score right now. Wow, we got 4 of a kind immediately. These are potentially endgame. Not guaranteed, but potentially. I think you just launch it, bro. I mean, Mars has been leveled a little bit, but it's mostly just like, why wait, right? You do cost us $3. That's the big deal. And I have a huge bias against... I'll live with this. I have a huge bias against rental jokers. For the most part, unless they're vagabonds. I can hear you saying it. I think you just hold 4, 5, 6, and then you only need 1 card to get you out of it. 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be nice to play 5 cards for Hiker, so maybe we use those discards in the future, but it's okay. I think we know what we're building towards now. And we have a good setup, man. We have a multer. We have a chip grower. We don't have Telescope. I'm remembering that now. But we have a great reason to open packs for sure. We've been getting pretty good luck with our Saturns. It would be nice to get a progressive multer. Honestly, like, listen, you're given 104, probably less than 104 chips on average. I believe Runner will get there. And this is like that's a gimme to me. So we have 7, 8, 10. Don't do this to me. Because we can only play 1 hand, man. I mean, I would just dump them. You're holding 2, 3, 4. You piece of junk. Okay. This is really bad. I just got to figure out what we're throwing here. I would hold the 4 just because it has a mult associated with it, and then throw these 2 along with it. Okay, don't screw me on this one. That's horrible. This is really bad, man. No, we have something. We have a run, dude. This is pretty big. How could they do this to me? 3,000 points? Okay. Well, it fell apart. That one, I thought we were in easily. Just goes to show you, you know, the boss blinds, never get it twisted. The boss blinds have got hands. What are you doing here? That's more like it. Okay. But I'm not getting frustrated. I'm riding high on the past few runs. Maybe it would be nice to do a run that's not, like, focused on one of the hardest hands to build, but I think I can say in my own defense... That's really good. I think I can say in my own defense that, like, you know, those have been runs that have been focused on making straights for a reason. Like, there's been a... Alright, chips are so important to us. There's been a viability to it. You might actually not be so good because the chips are so valuable early on a plasma deck. Is this insane? Or is this the smartest thing I've ever done? I really like clearance sale. Like, I would ruin my life to make sure that we got clearance sale. And then probably like 2 flushes. This is outrageous. That's pretty nice though. It might even be like 1.5 flushes. Or even just 1, because like that's how important chips are, man. You know, we're getting 10 chips instead of 2 out of our cards, and it adds up pretty quick. Now, we basically, that's actually pretty solid. I was going to say we need something to build around, but that might not be fully true. But we need to kind of get it together pretty soon. Not always proud of myself to be playing flushes at this stage in my adult life, but you got to do something. 25 points over. We'll take the extra $1 in interest. A progressive joker that really allows us to start building a run with a foundation on it would be killer right now. This should be garbage. That's pretty garbage. But you know, when you just draw a straight right off the bat, it's hard to say no. And this should be amazing because of the chip count. Much better. Okay. Now it's kind of like do or die territory. We might not beat this boss without another joker. You're a nice lad. You are. I don't think I can take you given the circumstances here. Okay, you know what? We need enhanced cards. And I would almost say that we're cooked here, but especially because base chips and mult are halved. But it is what it is. I mean, you gotta play something. Come on, come on. That's bad. You know what? Vibes are off on this one. I saw the flush, but I think the vibes are off on this one. We'll start with the Arcana. How about a Judgment? An Emperor, Chariot, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Cut 2 5s with the Hanged Man. It's not horrendous. I mean, with Chariot's not going to do too much for us right off the bat. This one stings. You know what? 2 pair is probably, like, good enough. You don't need to get this. Yeah, that gets you close enough. That gets you in striking distance. And then 2 pair this way will do the same thing. So I don't really feel compelled to use the Chariot yet. I feel compelled to get the greatest Joker of all time in whatever this buffoon pack is. I mean, you're good enough, to be honest. 10 mults. End the reroll. You give us $3. Honest, I mean, this is... I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. I feel like, if anything, you could sell a Chariot and then buy this. And, okay, now we could start to, like, maybe... Wow. And now I was going to say, you're $8, but I can't afford you. But if I sold you, I could afford you. And then you'd give us $5. But no. This is fine. So if anything, we do want to play clubs. That's pretty good. And this could be endgame for us as a multer in and of itself. Obviously, on the Plasma deck, we need chips. But in a roll, I forgot. This is really good. This could be amazing for Econ, even though it costs us all of our money. We got to take a peek at it at least. So we cut 2 5s already. It's kind of a no-brainer on Hanged Man, I think. If you get the chance to cut 2 non-clubs, especially if they're paired, you just take that any day of the week. Now this should be good enough with 1 club in there and the 100 chips. In fact, it should clear it by like 4x. Ice Cream, I'm not worried about how it does, essentially. Although, do you sell? You sell for 2. I would love to get Golden Joker, but it's just not in the cards for us. That's in the cards for us. And honestly, like, reserved parking, quite expensive, but we can get something out of that. I almost feel like you could probably just play high card, holding 2 jacks. So let's just see how this does with the club and the Ice Cream. That's exactly what I was thinking. So this is like an economic powerhouse right now. We don't even have to make a good hand. I would pop this for econ purposes. Temperance is beautiful. If we're gonna Temperance, we should Fool Temperance. You never know. There's not that many Jokers in this game. Okay, the Fortune Teller could reasonably show up. You guys should not exist. Okay, goodbye. And a Jupiter and a... You know what? $2 for 4 mults is that's something I can get down with. So the only thing that really matters is playing clubs. Kind of a slap in the face. That's fine. How about what if you just sent this first? That's still 4,000 points. So we can basically do anything. In which case, we should actually discard. I don't even want to play a club flush, necessarily. I just want to have enough face cards in hand to get us like $1 out of reserve parking, which is exactly how that went down. You got 2 turns remaining. We'll sell you, obviously. Like, we part of the reason I bought you is just because I could sell you. Chip's always good. Planets may be good, but we don't know what we're building yet. On there's a certain temptation, of course, to just make Ride the Bus work here. And you know what? I think I can understand that temptation. In which case, we would probably be building relatively weak hands, like pairs and 2 pairs. The more the merrier, because we do want clubs whenever possible, but... And you're very good, but I don't think we need you just yet. So we have a multer. We have an Econ Joker. We have no means of generating chips necessarily. That's something that we're gonna wanna figure out, especially given the deck we're playing. So I see that we have a flush. I don't think you're necessarily silly for playing a flush here. We have to remind ourselves, by the way, and this is like of the utmost importance, we have to not play face cards. That's something normally I bake it in like on the first ante when I take Ride the Bus. So we gotta pay very close attention to this. The only reason I really took it is because we had the space and we have a Molter already, so there's something to it. Cherry to Moon. This is amazing. We don't even, just to reinforce it, we don't want to make our face cards into clubs. If anything, we'd like to remove face, well, it's complicated. We don't really want to remove them from the deck necessarily, but we certainly don't want to play them, especially by accident. So this is like a dream setup for us, I think. 2,000 points. I don't know what I'm talking about. Am I crazy? I do appreciate the money on that one, but yeah, I'm crazy. Maybe a club flush would go nutty here. We've eked some value out of them to begin with. We didn't level up flush, huh? That's an interesting idea, given the way our jokers are set up right now. I think I might have cooked us. Maybe I cooked us by selling ice cream. Yeah, that one just wasn't made for it, huh? Just wasn't built for it. My bad. Okay, well, let's get down to what wasn't working. How about 5, 6, 7, 8? And then, 5, 5, 5, 7, 7. This should be pretty good. All right, so I think we had some runs that were close, and then I think the last couple kind of got lost, and that's on me. Runner, I would have loved to have taken you without the rental tag, but it is what it is, okay? Truth be told, free to the moon, I think clears in this situation, but it's going to take a while, if ever, before we really start reaping the benefits, I think. But hey, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Would have been great to have runner, but, it decided it didn't want to be part of the festivities. It valued itself quite highly. It kind of priced itself out of the free agency market, in my personal opinion. So we're going to get zero benefit out of To the Moon here, but next time, maybe, if we don't spend all of our money. Buddy, I gotta try. I gotta try to freeball this one. Come on. 2 pair with a debuffed card is pretty bad. It's not that bad, though. Right? You might be wondering, NL, what the heck are you doing here? Well, I'm trying to, my organizing premise is that if we can get extra money popping off of To the Moon early without ruining our run, then that will pay extreme dividends long term. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but it's actually looking pretty good right now. I feel like just getting that extra interest actually helped us out a great deal. And then Hierophant should help us. I mean, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You probably start there. But Hierophant, if we need it, should help us win on this one. There's a chance we may need it, man. One more discard? Absolutely, I would do this. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. So it's kind of amazing to me. This might be unique to the Plasma deck because you need less help from jokers because you get so much help from playing 10s through aces in terms of your chips on this deck. But man, this hooked us up quick. Now, I almost feel like in this situation, the game has been so kind to you, you owe it to the game to take hack. And that might be silly. I'm not thrilled about this, but sure. Actually, that's 2 pretty good planets to get if you don't know where you're going. You get hack, you get magician. We're still at 17 bucks, so we're getting $3 extra worth of interest. And now we got ace 2, 3, 4, 5, which is beautiful. And you get the double triggers on the 4s and the 5s, and you start to see how a stroke of luck, maybe not now, but maybe next time, could really come in handy and set you up, right? So I got genuinely no problem playing this. I'm keeping the 8s just in case a straight potential or a full house or something shows up. With 2 hands remaining, I don't think there's any doubt about it. We're going to be getting a little a little spicy with it. We need 500 points. It's gonna happen. Shouldn't have dumped the 4, but yeah, more scoring tarot cards and more like a joker that actually like helps us out score-wise instead of utility-wise would be nice too, but that's what the Jumbo Buffoon is for, man. It's pretty disgusting. I think I can afford the cost of you right now, but I do sort of resent you for existing. We haven't leveled up straight yet. That's beautiful, so that we're not paying like an opportunity cost here. It's just a cost, I guess. The opportunity is a given. We do need to get to 4,000. That is going to happen. Again, hack is not going to pop if it pops until we start to get like the re-triggers that matter. Like we need tarot cards to make it happen. So I'm holding you until you pop, and I recognize the phrasing there. I apologize for the phrasing there, but it's gonna sting financially, but that to the moon helps offset it. Obviously, we don't really want it to offset it. We want it to be like substantially better, but you know, you gotta play the run you're given for now, and this is the run we're given, man. I'm relying on that bonus card for a little bit of support here. 666 Queens got me feeling a certain sort of way. Now, financially, I do want to say we do more than break even. We had 1 extra hand remaining, and we also get $4 extra out of this, right? I think. This is not takeable. It's not tenable. We need to improve our hands though, because it's getting real tight. We are playing straights enough that I think that matters, and I mean it's a hot one, man. They weren't kidding. It is like 7 inches from the midday sun. Sorry to hack for this, but I gotta, to my own self, be true. We don't realistically have a great shot at a straight with the hand we got, so let's play some Dookie. As far as Dookie goes, that was definitely in the camp of Dookiness. You don't really love to see this under any circumstances. I do think if we draw a queen, we win. Now, this is a gut check. I believe we could still draw a straight. We're going to try to get the best of both worlds. Well, that was not even close to good enough. And then we have queen, queen, 10, 10. So we probably just lose right away again. All right. You know, we need a joker that affects our score. Let's be honest. Let's see if we can get something going here. I mean, king, king, 5, 5. Just playing 2 kings early is on the plasma deck is good enough, right? With a mult attached, but I guess that's necessary with a pair. That's a given. Okay, beautiful. Obviously, we want chips, but getting an early bananas is nice as is, and this should also win. 1,400 points. And if you break, we have in the pool the greatest multer with like no conditions attached that we could ever ask for. Now, I would be happy to have a death card, and we just don't feel the need to play it unless it's going to keep us alive. I want to win in one hand. This does it. I think this does it. It does it. Okay. So we would love to... First things first, we might want to just enable our death card. So if we can get a tarot card that, like, benefits us. But then, brother, I'm looking at this, like, you gotta take Telescope. That's, like, that's core. And then I don't know what to do with a Spectral Pack, but an Immolate would go crazy. Onk? We really gonna... No, listen. 2 bananas is funny, and maybe it allows you to get 2 Cavendishes. I don't know the machinations of the game. But I think Grim, it destroyed an ace. How dare you? I'm not too mad. I'm a little mad, but I'm not too mad because this situation still allows us to get value out of our death card. But I am a little, like, I mean, it's the worst possible outcome for it, but either way, we should be able to use death to copy an ace, and then maybe we start... I mean, it's very early, but maybe... Well, that's a little nasty, too. Maybe we start to be able to work towards, hypothetically, like 4 of a kind, 5 of a kind aces. Realistically, I think we probably do want just another ace, and we'll just play the steals if we have to. Honestly, I will take the $7. It might strike you as a little spicy given that we have none jokers. It's an interesting little 6 there. Riff Raff is a great joker to get here. You, I think, I just can't afford the rental cost. And then, I mean, we need chips. So I think we did the right thing there to try to get to 8,000 points. And actually, face cards are, like, amazing for us now. We could try to play... I recognize 2 kings is a great spot to be in. And we do have telescopes, so you got to be a little cautious. But I think we're better off playing the flush, just because it gets 5 cards in there. We get the face cards. It would have been nice if they were spades, but that's fine. We should be set, right? We get to play 2 pair, which is what we're specking into anyway. We're trying to spec into. Okay, this is nice. Riff Raff isn't going to last forever. That might be nice, honestly. So we got a few competing synergies, don't get me wrong. You should get sold, and then just make some money, I think. Reserved parking, it's not a big deal because we're going to be playing our face cards. Supernova, actually kind of nice. We could get some extra mult off that, so I'm gonna discard the third 2. I don't really like this hand. I recognize fully, by the way, I'm deliberately not playing a full house because we get more mult out of Supernova. Wow, that sucked. That was horrible. How about a face card? Thank you so much. This is a beautiful setup. Again, 2 pair is what we're maxing towards because of telescope. Sorry, lost myself for a second there. Gotta keep the jack. We're playing hands. We're playing hands in this. Okay, I'll throw 2 pair. We're not getting too much mult out of the steel card because it's in hand. It's a spicy one. We're leaning into this face card synergy. Man, it would be nice if you, like, helped. Of course we could get more aces. We don't really want that. It'd be nice to see some 10s. But alas, that's pretty good. And then Uranus is exactly what we want. We don't really need the consumable slot enough to spend our entire net worth on it. I should have sold. So we're cutting non-face cards. That's the meat and potatoes of where we're at right now. The more face cards we play, the happier we're going to be. 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen. Pretty good. Now, realistically, do I think we have a great chance of winning this run? Not at present, like, necessarily, but I think we have some building blocks that could contribute to a victory in the future, to put it politely. But yeah, it's a little hot. We need 300 points. Thank you for this. I'll throw this out there as well. It's a little hot. It's a little hot, but you know, we're doing what we can with what we got. It's not a straightforward run right now. I would say it would be helpful to dump you 2. You got 2 rounds left in you. The more 2 pairs, or I guess the more Uranuses. Bit of a spicy play, right? The more Uranuses we can buy from Celestial packs, our odds incrementally tick up by 1 mult every time. Strength card to turn 10s into jacks. And, I mean, we probably won't play a flush, but you are 10 mults. I'd rather not die. So that's an element. And honestly, 2 pair is good for us right now. Don't discard the queen. If it had to discard the queen, queens and 7s was like the best thing to be discarded. And then we do our own discarding, but we hold the 10. We'd love to have 2 pair. That's a beautiful place to be right there. So the 10s become jacks. That's bullish for our future. No question about it. I'm not so concerned economically about to-do list, but 10s and 4s, it flies in the face of the face card synergy we're building towards, so we say no. We say good day, sir. Hanged man to cut non-face cards. I'm telling myself at this point. I'm telling myself. You probably know it. You're probably like, you're going down a path that has no chance of success. Yep, but I'm pot committed. We should re-roll. And then dump you. And then runner's not what we're building for this time. I can live with that. 18,000. You give us popcorn. Kind of a goated joker to just receive. And you like when we play a pair. We'll see if maybe we could doink it with a pair to finish the job. If we have that luxury. Obviously, I see the straight here. But it would be better to not have to. Something like this. And then if we could just play a pair of aces to make up like 1,000 points or something, that would hit the spot. No, we're too good. Okay. Riffraff, I respect what you've done for us. I think you helped keep us going. This is what we wanted like last time. You don't really work for us either. We go next. They're eternal. We're not burning all our money on rerolls. Now, what are you at? 5 times 1.5. I mean, it's multiplying your whole score by 1.5. On the other hand, I'm like, just get it out there. And we should be discarding or adding as also Rands, non-face cards. I see that, you know what? We should probably just get 2 pair out there. It's probably good enough to play. I know we don't have the pants, but it's probably good enough to play versus a discard, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And there's a power in holding on to 2 discards. Perhaps one day, to-do list will give us 2 pair as our card, and then we'll get max value out of it and sell it immediately. Listen, I'm not buying the Mercury, but a little bit extra mults. You never know, man. Could come through in the clutch. So, this is going to be a hot one, because Popcorn's deprecating, but we got an extra 8 mults. 4 of those is, like, good enough. But to get 4 of those, we need to be dumping face cards whenever possible. Okay, so 2 discards put us back in the same spot we started. That one stings. That's not good enough. You have to play it. I think we're cooked, y'all. I think we're in a world of despair. That's okay. This one kind of had that vibe. You're like, what the heck? Why did I watch all 36 minutes? I didn't get that vibe. Okay, we were assembling motley crews there, okay? Only thing is we didn't have any Tommy Lee. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!